Hello folks, this is Off the Record with Lazore Photography, and I'm your host, Brian Lazore. Today I'm here with Jermiko Thomas, and this is episode 3 of Off the Record, and I wanted to introduce Jermiko. Am I saying your name right?
Oh, you nailed it perfectly, man. Usually people mess my name up, but you nailed it.
So first, before we dive into who Jermiko is, some of you may or may not heard of Jermiko out in the community, but he is a published author. He started a company called Cornhill Publishing, correct?
Yep, you're correct.
All right, so I'll give him a minute to talk about his books and let him pretty much advertise himself, and then we'll get into the nitty-gritty of who you are and your success up to this point in time in your life. And go ahead, show us what you got and talk about what you've done with your books so far.
No, that was a good introduction, though, but you forgot to tell the audience I won national and international awards, but that's fine because I'm doing it now.
Well, that's for you to tell.
I know that. That's why I don't know. That's usually introducing me, man. We're good. Nah, but I wrote 10 books in my own publishing company called Cornhill Publishing. Our first book is Overcoming Fears, which is the Fearless Boy Inventor. My second book is An Adventure with STEM, which is STEM education.
Can you bring it in closer?
Thank you, man. I'm sorry. I'm so used to doing this, but we're good right there.
Yeah.
We're good. My third book is the autism book right here. My fourth book is the bullying book. And my fifth book is the adversity book. That's the 5 children's books right there. They're all rhyming and they won national and international awards. And I added recently 2 more books to the series, which is all these 5 books are in this coloring book right here.
Adventures of Walter, coloring book.
Yep, they're all 5 in 1, man. I had to do it, man, because everybody asked me this.
Now, what's the one on the corner then?
I was gonna get ready to do it, man. Thank you. I got you. You beat me to the punch, but I got it. This is the Adventures of Walter activity book, which is like helps out with literacy, ABC, words, phrases, numbers, and letters. It teaches kids how to write and all that stuff too. That's the 7 books right there. The one book I forgot is the romance novel. I did that too. Yeah, I dabble in romance because I like the ladies. That's just me. Just as me. And that's book number 8. And these are 2 books right here. Is my fitness book. This is a fitness guide right here.
Health and fitness.
Yeah,
nice.
Because I'm in the gym 4 to 5 times a week, and that's my passion. I used to play sports too back in high school and everything like that. That's and also this is the fitness guide right here, which is like workouts and everything like that. It helps you like how to work on all that stuff too. You can write down your plan and everything. So that was a rundown of my 10 books, even though I had 9 right here, but I forgot my romance novel, but I got 10 books published.
Nice, very nice. And with his audience, great audience, see? All right, we're gonna get to know him. I grew up in Cornhill myself.
There you go. Perfect.
Off and on, I grew up in Johnson Park, Howard Ave, and you grew up in Cornhill, correct?
Yeah, what do you mean on and off?
Well, I lived on the west side, and moved back to Cornhill.
I got you. Yeah.
And stuff like that. So it was Johnson Park for me for a little while, Howard Ave, Dudley Ave.
I grew up in Miller.
Your whole life?
No. I grew up in Miller, then I'm with the Elm, then I'm around the block now though. But that's my 2 things I grew up on.
And how old are you today?
You asked my personal question, I'm gonna answer it anyways. I love it. Everybody asks that. That's one of my questions that people sneak in there. I'm 39.
How is Cornhill compared to growing up to? Are you still living in Cornhill area now?
Oh yeah.
How do you notice like a big difference of community in Cornhill from when you were younger till now, or would you say it's the same?
In terms of as my youth you're talking about, in terms of like I was growing up from a kid to the I said today.
Yeah.
Honestly, like it's a lot more to do when I was a kid. It's because I remember I had all good old summertime. I had the Boys and Girls Club. I had the trying to think what else. We had the Cosmo Center. We had a lot of events that I can do, but now it's just like I don't know, but it's still stuff to do. But as a kid, I felt like I had to do more though. But I understand what they're trying to They're trying to get Cornhill to come back for the kids and everything. No, I get it though, but. You just asked me the question. I was honest. I felt like I had a lot to do as a kid. Yeah. But like I said, it's like I've been blessed to do all those.
I used to play basketball myself over at the elementary school on Howard Ave, in the basketball court.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
I forget the name of the school. Is it Martin Luther King Elementary?
Howard Ave. Yeah, it's by
Howard and Square.
That's King. Yes.
Okay.
That's the court. I remember.
I used to play basketball when I was a kid.
Was you any good?
Back then, yeah. I learned from all. The basketball court was always full when I was younger. I'm too old now.
See, that's what I'm saying.
To play now.
That's what I'm saying because the basketball course was so full when I was young too. I used to play basketball as a kid too, man. Oh yeah.
Were you good?
Yeah, I won Mr. Defense in my high school team. I was a defender. Yeah, I played pretty good. I was like a 3-year varsity basketball starter. Not starter, but I played 3 years of varsity basketball.
So a lot of people know you because you talked about you had learning disabilities, correct, in school? If you want to touch on it, I mean, your books are based on bullying, some autism and stuff.
Yeah.
And I think I've heard you on the radio talk about, your experience a little bit with, being a shy, unspoken kid growing up, right?
Yeah, you're correct. Correct. Yep. You kind of like you like got me like my intro, but you didn't. But I'm gonna say anyway since I'm here with you. But for the first 6 years, I didn't speak. Not at all. I didn't speak. The doctors thought that I was mentally stupid. One time, what I've heard from my parents is that they want to do like an experiment on me. They want to write a book about me. I'm like,
so you're completely mute?
I was completely mute. And for the first 6 years, I learned sign language. That was my way of communicating with the other kids at the time. I didn't speak for 6 years, dude. So I got to do sign language. For the 6 years, I had to learn sign language. Then I had like a speech issue. I also had like an immature hearing at the time, and I wasn't the best student in elementary and high school in terms of like education, like English like. I wasn't like speaking English pretty well because I was usually tripping over my words. Like math, I had trouble with math too. I was in the resource program until my junior year out of high school, and I made honor rolls my senior year. Go ahead.
Being a mute throughout those years, did you actually know how to speak? You just chose not to, or?
I wish I could choose not to. I wish I did, but nah. It's just like we also had an immature hearing too, which I grew in my earlobes to expand that story. Like I went to Roosevelt for a year because I had to like get the proper help. I had an audio. You know what audio trainer is, right?
Yeah.
I had to get like a giant headset, and it helped me like distort like the noise and everything out like that. And when I was a little kid, I used to freak out when I hear a loud noise like ambulance trucks and all that. So I used to freak out. Well, like I said,
like sensory overload.
Yeah, probably, most likely. But I had to grow my earlobes, which helped a lot. Is like I grew into it. Also, my mom and dad they helped me a lot in terms of paying attention to me, and especially my parents, especially my mother. She was like, she will not take no for an answer, dude. She traveled like to different parts of the state because she determined. Like, my kid is not autistic or nothing like that. It would have been deemed as autism today because I didn't speak for 6 years. And also, the doctors thought I was dumb as a doorknob, which I was told as a kid. But they would have deemed that as autism and everything like that, though. But my mom, she did not take no for an answer. And here I am talking to you today. Without her and my parents' support, I would not even be here talking to you. And also, the biggest reason why I wrote the series is to give to give back in terms of like provide an impact for kids. That's why without my moms and all that stuff, I wouldn't have had a series off today.
So now your series is based on bullying, anti-bullying, correct?
It's part of it. That's book 4.
Are these coming from experiences you experienced as a kid growing up, being bullied yourself?
I wasn't bullied. I don't like bullies, but I wasn't bullied.
Did you witness it?
Yeah, I witnessed it. I witnessed it.
So that was the motivation to do the anti-bullying
book? Okay, that's a good question. I'm going to give you the motivation of each book then because I'm going to walk you through. My first book is Overcoming Fears. We all have fears we're overcoming. Me, I didn't like public speaking, which I could have fooled you because I'm talking to you right now, but I didn't like public speaking. The STEM book, which is Science, Technology, Engineering, Mathematics, which is academics. Because I wasn't the best student and everything like that, which he meets another classmate. That's why I always he helped me. I helped him out with certain weaknesses and strengths that I had.
So back to the first book. The first book you talk about.
This book here.
Yeah, okay. is dealing with stuff you're fearful about, correct?
Yeah, correct.
And that could be anything, not just speaking, right?
Correct,
that could be being shy or going to play with other kids in school.
Pretty much, I was shy too.
And all that. Have you found that book connected with some kids that you've met?
Oh, to be honest with you, dude, like all my books are connected with these kids. Is that because parents reach out to me, like teachers, like this one teacher told me like my books is a teacher's dream. I'm like, what? Because I'm learning it. Yeah,
you're finding that you're learning that the book is actually helping.
Yes,
like you wanted to do.
All my books are helping. I honestly when I first started, I started with this book here. I won a national award in this book. I started with this book first. I was going with them like this. I wanted to share my stories. I was shy because I was like nervous of public speaking. I was like, dude, I used to put my head down and everything like that when I walked past people because I was low. I was shy like crazy, man. But like I said, is like that was my first book. Then then the interesting question I got is from my father is that, are you gonna write more books? I'm like, what do you mean? Because I thought that I was gonna do that and just call it quits. Like just, that's what I thought. Then I'm starting to learn that I'm getting impact out of people, not even just myself. I'm getting like strangers and like people is impacted from my story because my story blends with these books. That's the whole point of my stories. I wanted to share my story, so I put it in kids' books. But yeah, then after my first book, then I put my second book, the STEM book, which is he meets Lucas. My third book, he meets Lily. She's disabled, handicapped, which is it because people view handicap and disability people weird. I don't. Is that because I view them as the same in terms of they can talk to them and they're very smart. I had a classmate in 4th grade that was she was handicapped and everything. I remember that to this day. Like I went to Hughes Elementary too in 4th grade. I remember that, and that's why. It clicked back to me. I'm like, let me jog my memory on that stuff back. I had to tie it what the doctors thought I was autistic, which is not autistic at all. I was misdiagnosed. Right. The 4th book is the bullying book. What you're talking about. I seen bullying like in Hughes school all my life and everything like that. So that's why I wrote the books. I don't like bullying.
Bullying all around is a right, and no. I regret some of the things I've done as a kid myself.
Part of growth.
But how would you? I haven't read your book, but how would you sum up for somebody to deal with being bullied in school for kids these days? How would you sum it up?
Off my book or off my opinion?
Either one, you pick.
Wow, that's a tough one. that's what we're here for, right? This is a scripted, by the way, which I'm...
Yeah, it's unscripted.
No, that's what I want. I wanted you to give me the tough questions of how do I do that? How do I handle... You asked me how would I handle bullying? Basically, like in my case, what I've seen is you gotta talk to somebody. You gotta tell like what's going on, and hopefully they'll help you out. They'll give you scenarios and all that stuff. And you talk to the kid. You ask them like, what's going on? Why are you bullying him or her? Because bullying comes from like a personal issue. It could be like something he's jealous of, or it could be something like he's trying to show off. He has something to prove. Right. But at the end of the day, it's all about communication. It's all about talking. That's all.
Yeah. That's me as a father, myself, of a teenager, sometimes when I find out, something's happened with my kid or something, I'm like, just punch him in the throat. and then I come around, I tell you, violence isn't the answer. And, it's hard for these kids these days because me growing up, we didn't have the technology that the kids of today do. So, it's even more rough for them these days because of the social media and the internet and YouTube and Facebook and stuff. These kids are dealing with a lot these days.
When I grew up, is MySpace. I remember MySpace, AOL, Instant Messenger, stuff like that. Now you got it's crazy out there, man. A lot of social media out there right now.
So they hit all the high points out of your books?
The last one we didn't hit is that's a good that you got a memory like that. It's good. Because I was going to tell you about that one, but you didn't. But Adversity, which is this book here. In this book, I wrote about adversity in terms of grieving over a dying dog, like a pet, because we don't know how to deal with adversity and grief at the same time, especially adversity, because we come through a lot of challenges in our life. I had adversity, you have adversity, everybody in the audience have adversity. I want to hit all the topics on these books is that because I believe in that's the common core issues of society, which is talking about overcoming fear, STEM, autism, unexpected friendship, bullying, and adversity. That's the 5 core issues that we're hitting in society. Right. That's what I was intentional. That's why I did it.
As a kid, when I was sad or didn't know how to handle my emotions, so it was great that you touched on that topic in your series of books.
Yeah, I had to because I want to separate my books from everybody else, and also these books and their. I don't think you know this, but in their rhyming too. My books rhyme, dude.
Do they? Nice. Mm-hmm. I haven't read them myself.
I know. That's what I'm telling you.
But I should probably read them or
a better idea. Or you could listen to it as an audio sample. Yeah, I got them audio books too.
Where are they at? Where can the audience find them if they're interested?
You can get them for the audio books. Which ones? Audio and audio books is through Amazon. For my physical copies is through Barnes and Nobles. I'm in the Barnes and Nobles New Hartford. I'm on the website. Also on Amazon. Definitely Amazon. and Target.com and Walmart.com.
So you graduated from Proctor in Utica?
Nope, Notre Dame.
Notre Dame? Okay.
I went from 7th to 12th grade.
Okay. How was Notre Dame?
Honestly, like at first, I did not want to go to Notre Dame.
Right.
Honestly, I didn't want to go. Is that because of like I gotta wear a tie, I gotta wear like a sweater. I'm like, oh, don't want to do it. But like I said, I look back at it now, like because I wanted technically to go to Proctor.
Right.
Like nobody knows that, but I want to go to Proctor. I was a basketball player. I was a good athlete like that. I want to go to Proctor, but my mom and dad did not care. Even though my parents are Proctor alums. What kind of sense does that make, right? Because they're alums from Proctor. But I want to go to Proctor, but my mom and dad said, nope, you go to Notre Dame, you get an education. They didn't, for some strange reason, my parents, I love them to death though, but I got to say it, they cared about my academics more than my sports. Right. And then my mom, she didn't care if I was a good basketball player or not. She said, get your head in the books. And
you said your parents didn't care about your sports, but
no, they care, but they prefer my academics.
Pushing your academics.
They're pushing my academics on me, which is like at the time I'm like, yeah, I want to shoot some hoops, play with the boys and everything. I know people from Proctor, I know people from Notre Dame, I know the whole area. I know people like my age range.
So did you find your parents being supportive of you wanting to play sports as long as your academics were good?
Pretty much.
They said your academics are good, you can play?
Yeah, pretty much because they don't care. Like if I was failing school, you're done.
That's great. You had parents that cared.
No, they did. Like honestly, I knew they cared, but me, I was fussing with my father about going to Proctor. He said no. My mom, like, she laughed at that one. She said, yeah, you're not doing it. You stay in Notre Dame no matter what. I'm like, okay, I just seriously make the best of it. And that's what I did. But like I said, I'm glad that they didn't listen to me because without Notre Dame, I wouldn't have got the proper help in terms of academics, in terms of like the tutoring for math and English. I got a lot of help and all that stuff. I played basketball there. It was a good time there and everything like that, though, dude.
And then you graduated. You went to college, correct?
Yeah, I got a story on that one actually. I graduated from Notre Dame. I went to college, but I dropped out of college. Because I wasn't ready. I wasn't maturely and mentally ready for college at the time, everything like that. I dropped out of it. Then I just took a regular job. Then I went to work. Then I went back to school. I went back to school, but this is 2024. I went back to school around 2016, 2017-ish, right there. And I was like, I gotta be honest with you, dude. Between 2017 to 2021, that was like one of my toughest years of my life. Toughest years. You want me to tell you why?
If you don't mind sharing, yeah.
I'm going to. Between 2017 and 2021, yeah, I decided to go back to school because I made my mother a promise I would get my degree. And on me, I like to honor my word and my promises. I decided to go back to school, and during those 4 years I went back to school. I worked 55 hours a week, and my book series was a start. That's how it came. 2016. I had an idea to write my first book, which is this book here. My first book, I had an idea in 2016. Write my first book, but I was told on Thanksgiving Day that I couldn't write a book. That's the anniversary. I always celebrate that book because of my anniversary. That was my idea.
So what year did you write that book?
Yes, I did.
What year? What year?
The idea, or did I publish it? Which one?
That you started writing it.
2017.
So you were going to school still.
Yeah.
Working all these hours.
Yep, 55 hours.
Taking on extra projects and writing a book.
Yes, because it was tough, man. Because the reason I did that is that because I wanted to find a way to share my story. Right. Because nobody's gonna care about my story. They care. Don't get me wrong. They care, but I want to make a bigger impact. Yeah. So I put it through kids' books. That's why I lined my messages up like that. I wanted the kids to see what I went through, and like I said, I did it that way. And that was around 2016. That was the idea around Thanksgiving. 2017 was March. It was March 17th of 2017. I first published that book, and a few months later, I won a national award for it. Nice, congratulations! I won a national award for it, everything like that. Then like I said, it's like that was the toughest 4 years. I was like a hermit, man. I was like, I had no life, dude. But
your grades in school, working all those hours.
In terms of, you talk about college? I had a 3.0.
Oh, nice. And you were working 55 hours a week then? Wow.
And I was publishing books. Because honestly, when I first got into like publishing my books, I didn't know what the heck I was doing. Yeah. I didn't know how to all this stuff is new to me, not anymore, but now it was new to me. I had to figure out like my illustrator. I gotta find an illustrator. I gotta find who's gonna convert my books into like files, my ISBNs, my proofreader.
It's definitely nerve-wracking trying to write a book. I told you I've been dabbling in writing myself, and one, we're our own worst critics. So with my book I tried writing, I rewrote one of my books, the first chapter, like 4 times. And I rewrote the first 4 chapters 4 times so far. And then my kid's book I told you about, same thing. I was worried about illustrators, this and that, and I scrapped it, and then I started and scrapped it. But what kept you going during that point to not scrap or not give up like I did? I mean, my book projects are kind of shelved right now, but what kept you going during that point in time?
When I first started or right now?
No, when your first book, you were going to college, you were working all these hours, you were still getting good grades, but what kept you pushing to write that book besides trying to get a message to the younger kids? What gave you the motivation of overcoming being tired from school and work to keep doing it and not shelf it?
That's a good loaded question. I love that question. I'm going to answer it. What kept me going when I first did all that is when I was doing all those hours and everything. You're right. I could have gave up easy. You're right about that. But
yeah, we were all worst enemies.
Yeah, but what kept me going is that because I promised my mother my degree. That's one motivation. Another motivation is that I was working all these hours. I know it's temporarily anyway. I'm not gonna. What's the worst that's gonna happen? I work all these hours and I just shelf it.
Right.
I'm back there where I work all those hours anyway. I'm also just suck it up and just do what I gotta do. And I know that my books are good. I know I got a good message, so I'm gonna keep pushing. I'm gonna keep doing what I gotta do. And like I said, the kids kept me going. That's out there. My parents kept me going, and my motivation to leave a legacy for myself, for my others, and keep me going.
Now, did you find yourself becoming weak at some points? I mean, like maybe I shouldn't be doing this, or I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just going to give it up. Or did you just dive in and just keep going?
Honestly, I dived in and I kept going. Is that when I first wrote my book, I was so overwhelmed. It's like, what the heck did I get myself into? I was like, what did I get myself into? But like I said, is then when I first wrote my book, I had to learn like number of pages, the ISBN, this is a synopsis. I had to learn. Without a good illustrated synopsis, you're screwed.
Right.
Yeah, because people, they're going to go to the store, they're going to look at the synopsis, they're going to pick up the book, they're going to say, Then after that, they're going to flip through the pages, they're going to flip through them they're going to flip through the pages like that. Then once they make the decision on it, they're going to buy it.
So it's always the same thing with promises of videos or reels. The first few seconds of looking at a video or reel, people are going to decide if they want to watch it or move on. So.
You got it. It isn't like the old days where you have, like, in the old days you can have one good song and get away with it, but now you got to have a hit. You got to have all your songs got to hit. Like, all my stuff has to be messaging and have a hit. And they also got to know who you are as a person, too. Back in the day, they didn't care who you were. They said, oh, this is a good song. We don't care who did it. But now, we got to know, like, the message of the book. Is the book good for my kids? Who's the author? Who's Jermiko Thomas? What does he do? The first thing they're going to do is Google searching, which I learned that one of my author visits in Rome. Right. I was so starstruck, dude. When I came into a classroom, I forgot the school in Rome, but when I came in the classroom, all of my stuff was on a Google search. On the big monitor, it's all there. I'm like,
they already knew.
Are you kidding? Are you kidding me? I'm like, are you kidding me with this? But it made me felt good is that what I was reading on there, the Google search, all great stuff. No criminal record, no nothing like that. Right. It's like all my stories. Like I said, it's like they had my dedicated TV interview. I had a TED Talk interview on there. I had my Spectrum interview on there. I had my all my articles on there. Tell about my books, how much impact I'm making, which made me feel good, man. Made me smile when I saw that.
Well, good, and hopefully they continue to make an impact. And now, how many schools would you think your books have influenced so far, or been into?
Like influence, like in terms of impact the kids?
Do you know how many schools they've probably been in so far? Or
I'm trying to think.
Because your reach has been past New York State.
Yeah,
your reach has been overseas.
Yes, I am. I'm in the overseas bookstores. There's a school in the UK I'm talking to currently right now. We're deciding it might be a virtual visit, but I don't know yet. But I'm hoping to bring me in. I'm hoping to bring me in person to do like a visit. I got my fingers crossed.
That'd be a nice trip too. A nice experience.
Oh yeah. That's what I want this, dude. I want this. My plan is to experience like more of the culture, more like impacting kids and everything like that. But back to your question, I impacted like minimum of 10 schools easy. Minimum. Because I do author visits and a lot of these schools, they want me to get my books in there down south, also the library systems, like help like to the credit of this Utica Mohawk Valley area, they're my first for everything.
Have you found everybody's been supportive in your journey?
To be honest with you, in terms of the Utica area, in terms of like yeah. I was surprised because my first book was in the Utica Public Library. And all my 5 books are there now alongside New Hartford, Whitesboro, Oriskany, Hamilton. That's just for all libraries. I just named you a few libraries, but it's in the whole New York system, which is like, I think, 40 plus libraries. Yeah. Because that's my first set of libraries. Then I got my first set of bookstores, which is the Barnes and Nobles. I'm in that bookstore. I'm in the local bookstores right now. I'm in the MVCC University Library, which is like every single thing I can get into. Utica and the Mohawk Valley got me first.
So you find everybody's been very supportive of you throughout your journey, your business.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
That's how I felt with my photography business too.
Yeah,
you know, it's like when I first started photography, I had no clue what I was doing.
Not like me.
But I started getting out there, getting into the public, taking pictures of people, giving out free pictures, and doing charity events and stuff like that. And I donated my business to Utica Royalties.
That's how you do it.
And by me getting myself out there, doing something, because, I started my business in my photography venture to help with my mental health as a combat veteran.
That's awesome.
And I've been self-isolating for the past 20 years, not talking to people, not getting out in the community. I'd always either be home or buried into video games and stuff like that. And then last year I said, something's got to change in my life. I'm in my mid-40s, and I was nervous because I didn't know how the community would react or handle a newcomer in trying to do this. But it's been I've been in business just shy a little over a year now. And the community's been great. So, I mean, that's great. They did that for you, too.
They did that because the thing is that what I found interesting is that because my connection hit very well my story in terms of like WKTV was the first media outlet to interview me back in 2017.
Was that nerve-wracking for you? Nervous? Nerve-wracking?
Oh, that's a good question. That's a good question. When I first did that, it was like no script. It was live, too, dude. You gotta remember, it was live. I don't know what questions they were asking me. That was my first time being on camera.
Right.
If you saw that clip, you will not know I was nervous, but I was very, very, very nervous. Though I'm like, holy crap, what are they asking me? I had to adjust my chair mad time. I had to do all this, all that. I'm like, now I'm a product now. But the point is that because KTV put me on WTR, that's how I learned to get comfortable in front of the camera, in front of the media and everything. I have to do it. The biggest thing that helped me to get comfortable in front of the camera and all that stuff was Dale Carnegie. You know what Dale Carnegie is, right? No. It's one of the top leadership courses in the country. Okay. Where like I did like a 12-week class, which like we do like public speaking. Like in the class we do like a 3-minute speech at each class for 12 weeks. Get you out of your comfort zone.
It sounds like more of I took effective speech in college, and it sounds like more of an advanced type class.
Yeah, okay. It was advanced to me because I was swatting bullets. When I first 5 weeks, I was swatting bullets. I'm like, I don't know how to do it, but now I'm glad I did it. I'm glad I did that class is that because it got me comfortable talking in front of people. It got me comfortable meeting out social events. I'm like, I was pretty shy talking to people out there. Now, could have fooled you because I'd be like, hey, Jermiko Thomas, how you doing? Jermiko Thomas, how you doing? Like,
right when me and you first met, I remember we met at Penn's when I was doing pictures for Amos.
Yes.
And
good dude.
we just hit it off the conversation. Yeah, very good dude. But me and you hit a conversation off real good. And every time I see you out in public, I'm always happy to see you and the good stuff you're doing. And now I want to touch on the point for me, I never been one for speaking. I might have took effective speech in class and did my speeches in front of class. Yeah. But when you don't use it, you kind of do lose the confidence to speak. So for me, what helps me with my speaking, and I'm still nervous. I hate speaking. I hate having a microphone. I started going to open mic nights.
Could have fooled me, but go ahead.
But talking on stage and open mic nights has given me more confidence. And I go to Jay Watch's open mic nights, all of his. And I remember my first open mic night on that stage talking. I was sweating. I was ready. I thought I was gonna throw up. But throughout doing it, it's given me more confidence. Do you find that with your practice keep going on, same effect for you?
Yeah, actually, to be honest with you, dude, I love it. I love going into these classrooms. I love going to the auditoriums, talking to the little kids. I love playing games with them because when I first did it the first couple of times, it was a disaster. I mean, like, I was nervous, man, because I didn't know what to expect and everything. But now I love doing it because I love providing impact for kids, for adults, for like elementary, middle school, high school, and colleges, and regularly everyday adults. I love doing it. I love talking. I love doing it now because it sounds like to me I found my purpose. That's what it sounds like. But yeah,
that's how I feel too. You know, with my photography, when you find your purpose, one, it doesn't feel like work.
It doesn't.
It's something you love, and it keeps giving you drive. You know, some days I still have my like, am I doing the right thing? I always question myself, but I find at the same time questioning myself helps improve myself more. Do you find that in your case? Because we're our own worst critics.
Of course. In terms of say that again. I'm sorry. Say that again.
Yeah, like with me with my photography, I'm always double checking, triple checking, questioning myself. Am I on the right path? Am I doing the right thing? And I'm like that with any client photo shoot. I was even like that with episode 1. Am I doing the right thing? And did I do it right? Stuff like that. And then you put it out there, then you get the positive feedback.
That's a good. I got it now. So basically, for me, I'm like that still. Is that because am I doing it the right way? Am I making sure it's my series? Do I have enough? It turns to fill a void because like when I first wrote my first book, I thought I was at one book that I turned into 5 books. Then after that, I had to create a logo. I didn't know how to create a logo to the series. I was like, man. Then I created a logo. See, this is the logo right there. That's my kids logo right there. I created that. Then after that, once I created that, then I'm like, what can I add to the series? I won awards. I'm getting to the libraries. I'm getting to my author visits. Let me see what can I do. Added a coloring book. All 5 of these books are in that coloring book because that's for daycare centers. That's for little kids that can't read yet. They can draw. They can do all that. So it's all about imagination. It's all about them seeing like rocket ships. It's all about them seeing shapes. Then after that, how can I keep going? Then I recently just added an activity book, which is like, it grows them up in terms of like writing or everything like that. They may not be able to read yet, but they can learn how to like do shapes. Like,
so it sounds like you're trying to outdo yourself at the same time. Yes, what can you do better?
Yeah.
How can I make a bigger impact than I did last time?
Yeah, and honestly, all of this stuff, this might blow you away though, but all of this is through my own investment. I had nobody to give me.
So you started all self-published?
Oh yeah, I'm from scratch, my man. I did everything from scratch.
Are you still self-published, or you have backers now?
That's a good question. Like, do I want backers? Or right now, I do not want backers because when I first started it, I wanted backers, but nobody gave me a shot.
Like publishing companies and stuff like that.
Yeah, I got turned down, dude. I got turned down for publishing houses. What?
Do you find they're reaching out to you now?
Yeah. But yeah, they reach out to me. But like I said, I'm not doing it because I got my own publisher company called Cornhole Publishing. I'm doing this.
Tell us about that.
Oh, that's man who said that. Cornhole Publishing. I just started that a year some change ago because my first books are originally self-published. Then in order for me to get to the Barnes and Noble's bookstore, like the ladies and all that stuff, they're great people and all that. They said, we love your books though, but you're self-published. Is there a way can you go with the publisher company, or is there a way can you like start your own publisher company? I'm like, I was like, oh, that's a good idea.
The light bulb went off?
Yeah, the light bulb went on is that because the funny thing is that I was thinking about doing my own publisher company anyway before she even told me. I'm like, oh, okay. And because I knew I was on the right track anyway, dude. I knew that. Then I did my own publisher company, which I turned into Cornhole Publishing, which is like right there.
Nice.
That's Cornhole Publishing. The reason why, before I tell that story, the reason why I named Cornhole Publishing is that because I was born and raised in Cornhill. My mom loved Cornhill, and like I said, Cornhill did me pretty good, and the local area supported me very good. I'm like, let me just name it Cornhill Publishing. Is that because I want to leave a legacy? I want to do other things outside my room, like make a cartoon out of it, which is going to be in talks. I'm talking to different animation companies already anyway for a cartoon.
Right.
Nah, but back to the Cornhill Publishing. I put all these 5 books underneath my Cornhill Publishing company. The reason why I did that is that because I wanted to get into Barnes & Nobles. And what I found out is that once I did that, the doors is opening. The doors is opening up because I have my own publishing company. And recently, like, I think you heard on the radio, I don't know, I'm not sure though, but I'm partnering with a literary agency, which is called Dry Cap Agency, which is going to showcase my 5 books for overseas, to like an overseas showcase,
right.
which is I can get like translation deals for my book. I can get book deals for my translations.
Nice. And
currently up to this date, it should be finalized within the next 30. It's already done, but it's all about me just signing the papers and everything. It'd be like end of the month, December, which is like end of the month and everything. I'll be finalized with it, and 3 countries already talking to me, publishing houses about it: China, Japan, and Croatia. They're already talking like possible deals for 2025, but it wouldn't surprise me.
So your series is going to be in a whole bunch of different languages, different platforms.
Yeah, in the next,
that's amazing growth.
Yeah, in the next year, yeah, because this is where that's why my publishing company is partnering with the literary agency out there. That's like, I'm not going in as an independent author. No, I'm going in as a publishing house. Meaning that to answer your question, I think you might ask me this, but am I going to take other authors? Yeah. Because I already got inquiries about it now. Like, I think 15 to 20 people reach out to me already. I'm like, wow.
Well, that's what happens when you're a publishing company.
Yeah,
so you're
exactly.
going to get other authors reaching out to you. So potentially your business can expand by being a publishing company for these other authors and help other people on a journey that, because you've been so-called around the block, how the game works and getting published and this and that. So you could take potentially other artists out in the community such as yourself and help them out.
Yeah, that's the whole goal of it. Is also I got a few colleges that like local, some like out of state, reach out to me like hosting like some workshops too. It could be virtually, it could be in person, but I don't know yet. But like I said, I'm not jumping into that road yet until sometime in 2025. But like I said, it's like I'm pretty blessed to be have my own publishing company. I'm very blessed with the opportunities.
Now, do you have an office, a building, or is this still out of your house?
Out of the crib. Still virtual.
Hey, so you money.
I'm not trying to save, man.
We're in my living room studio right now, so I know all about saving money.
Nah, it's off my computer. Everything's off my computer, everything like that, though. And the biggest move I said is like I partnered with their literary agency, which is gonna put my books at international showcase. That's gonna draw like a huge eyeballs already. Because the Dr. Seuss, I think he has between 40 to 60 different languages for his books. Wow. And the Big Clifford Red Dog, I think he has like 20. And I can see myself in the next year or two. Because I got 5 books. You understand? I got 5 books. My popular books in this series is my autism book is very popular. My bullying book and my STEM book is very popular. The next growing is like the Overcoming Fears and the Adversity book. That's the next 2 in the very bottom. They're growing up and up and up though. But I can see the series getting into like double-digit languages over the next year or 2.
Are they all just in English right now?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, because Spanish that's like next, because I'm already talking to a couple of Spanish publishing houses already too. I'm talking to a lot of publishing houses, dude. Ever since I turned into a publishing agency and everything like that, and I'm partnered with the literary agency, I'm getting the floodgates is opening. Floodgates.
So how does it feel in the beginning? None of these publishing companies are wanting anything to do with you.
Not at all.
And now they do.
Oh, yeah.
Now, I find in my business, situation is kind of similar. Mm-hmm. When I was a nobody wanted to know me. As I continue to get out there and work and prove myself and prove myself to the community and to potential clients and such like that, I'm at the point where people who turned me down before are reaching out to me, and it's a good feeling.
Well, of course it is.
But I try to stay positive. Do you ever find yourself in the midst thinking like, well, they didn't want to know me then, why should I deal with them now? Or do you stay open-minded and let them in, or do you pick and choose?
I'm so happy you said that. I love that question. Is that because you're saying like I got turned on? Would I talk to them? Of course I will talk to them. We're gonna have a conversation. We're gonna see like, hey, how can we work together? It's all about business. Is not personal. Business is business, because I understand why I didn't. It's he's unproven. He had nothing. He had no books. He had like one book. He had nothing. But now they're seeing the growth. They're seeing the bigger market. But now, would I shut those guys down? No, of course not. This is what I'm going to tell you. What I tell everybody else. Whoever turned you down, hear them out, because you don't know who they know. You don't know the opportunities. You can turn them down. Just hear them out first. Don't be like no, because you turn me. Don't do that. That's making it personal. Don't do that. Right. Business is business. Right. It's never personal, but hear them out, honestly. Hear them out, see what they got to say. If you don't like what they got to say, then make your decision.
Now, this brings it to another topic, too, that this is coming from experience. Mm-hmm. And your advice could be potentially helpful to me or even to whoever listens or watches our interview. Mm-hmm. But have you found people try to take advantage of you along your journey being a publisher?
All the time.
Because like for me, doing photography, I started out doing things for free.
You have to.
And then I transitioned to getting paid clients after my first paying client came to me. And now I still do free photography, but it's on when I feel like doing it. Basically for charity work or getting back to the community and stuff. And to this day, I still get people... I still get clients reaching out to me, hey, can you come shoot photo shoot my kid playing soccer or something? And when I turn them down, they get mad. I'm like, but I'm a business. And then they'll say, well, you did pictures for so-and-so and put them out. I'm like, okay, that's a community event I did.
That's your choice.
And it's my choice. Why are you getting mad at me? And then sometimes I still get phone calls from people, oh, hey, can you take free pictures? I'll give you exposure. I'm like, you reached out to me. How do I need exposure? So, I mean, it's hard to, like you said, keep business and my personal feelings out of business.
See, my thing is different than yours. I'm gonna gladly answer that question. How would I feel about some organizations do all that? Me, for myself, is that I always look at organizations. I say, how can I benefit from them? And they're not paying me. How can I benefit? Maybe is it as more exposure? It depends. And also, you don't know who they know.
Right.
You don't know. Like, that's for me because of this organization. Like, hey, can we do something? Like, oh, we don't got the money and all that. So I say, okay. I say, can I get pictures? Can I get some pictures out the deal of that? Can I talk to who you talk to? Can I get that relationship? Right. Sometimes relationships is worth more than money.
I agree.
That's how I look at it, dude.
But now for me, like, if I get a phone call to do free photos, the first question out of my mouth is, anybody making money? The way I see it, if you want me to come take pictures at an event and people are making money at this event,
that's a good question.
I should be making money too. So I guess it just boils down to, like you said, don't keep it personal. Mm-mm. Think business wise, but at the same time, this would be advice for anybody. Don't short yourself either.
It's all about knowing your business. It's all about knowing who you're talking to. It's all about knowing how to make money. It's all about developing different streams of income. That's what.
And relationships.
And relationships is huge because it's word of mouth. It's all about word of mouth. It's all about like what you're talking about. It's all about putting yourself out there. It's all about letting people see what you do. Showing your work.
Very nice. So with that note, we're going to take a quick break and then we'll be back in a moment. This is Off the Record with Lazore Photography, and we're coming back from a quick break, and we're here with our guest, Jermiko. Am I saying your name right?
Yep.
All right, we're going to clap for that. I remember I used to mess up your name a lot when we first met.
Oh, you butchered it pretty bad.
So, now that we're back, I had a moment to think of some other questions. And my first question, I guess, coming back will be, what's the future for your book series and what you're putting out there? Do you plan on continuing more books for the kids, or do you plan on branching out for teenagers, maybe adults, maybe in coloring books, say for the elderly, the adult coloring books, stuff like that? Or do you just plan on staying on the same path with the kids as your main concentration?
Man, that's a loaded question, but I'm happy you asking that question because I've been thinking about the future of my series and everything like that. Though my publishing company, currently at the end of December, I'm gonna have a partnership with Drop Cap Agency, which I told you earlier about the international book rights and everything like that. I can get book deals. Once that's official in a month, then it's gonna be for next year. And also, I can see for my children's series, I can see it turn to a cartoon, which is like animation and everything. That's one of my biggest goals. The whole series is turned to a cartoon in different languages. I'm slowly accomplishing that. And also more on the series, I wanted to get into the school curriculums, which is I'm talking to like a few schools right now. More schools as in school curriculums. Partner with more organizations, also libraries. That's on the children's side of the things like that. And fitness, I wrote my fitness books. I want to expand on my fitness business, which I'm looking to launch next year. Because I want to do coaching and consult people like weight loss and everything like that. Because I was an athlete. I want to expand on my publishing company in terms of adding more authors to the roster. That's another goal of mine. For the middle school and high school kids, I'm working on a cyberbullying book. And so that's more for like middle school, high school. That's to be another published book. I think it should be done there.
That's great. Hopefully they'll expand on not only you able to get into another market, but expand on helping kids who are older too.
Yeah, that's the whole goal of it. I'm still deciding, should I grow them up? My 5 characters in terms of middle school, high school kids,
right?
To have a cyberbullying scenario. I'm still deciding.
So you're about keeping the same kids in your series, but have them age into different grade levels.
Correct.
That's a great idea.
Right. Just like the Flintstone kids, just like that, stuff like that. I'm thinking about it now. Most likely, I'm leaning towards it anyway because it's already written out. I just gotta draw it. That's all. That my romance novel is an erotica. I got a strong reaction out of that one because it's romance. But like I said, is that a lot of people don't want me to do a part 2 to the romance novel, which I'm thinking about doing. I'm still thinking about that.
No, are you concerned at all that your romance novel? You already know my question. Mm-hmm. What's my question?
I'm not concerned. Will it mess up my author brand?
With your children's stuff?
No, because honestly, like at this point, I'm just putting it out there to put it out there. Right. But my more focus on is the kids anyway. Mm-hmm. My focus is more on the children's series anyway because that's my greatest impact. That's my heart right there. I want to make an impact on kids, and I want to make an impact on adults. How do I do that? You start with the kids. Right. That's why I got the messaging. That's why I got the rhyming. That's why I got the color book, the activity book, and everything like that.
So with my business, it's kind of the same premises. I mean, different, same idea. I've been asked to do like boudoir shots and do like sexy adult photography for people, but then I turn down these clients.
Don't blame me.
Because if a family sees that I'm doing this, they might not want to hire me to take their family photos.
See, yours is different because yours is visual. Yours is photos. Mine is words. But like I said, I really don't talk about it. I don't talk about my romance novel or my fitness. I don't talk about that stuff. My focus is on my kids' books.
Does that ever help with the adults that you're in at the school or what? Mm-hmm. Okay. So it hasn't had any negative. That's good. That's
good. Because also what helped a lot is that my personal story helped a lot in terms of like getting to know me as an author. Like I didn't speak for 6 years. I had academic issues. My books tie into my story because people know me as a children's author. Like I published my own. Now they know me as a children's author with the publishing company now.
All right, now I want to touch back on your education. You said what degrees do you have now?
I have an associate's and a bachelor's degree and 8 certifications. But go ahead, you get knowing you.
What's your degrees?
Business administration is my associate's and my bachelor's, and I'm currently in grad school right now.
This education you're getting at school helping you with your business?
Oh yeah, it's a goal of mine because I started that back in 2016. And like I went to college and everything, but I didn't really say my college, but I'm gonna say it. My school, I graduated from is University of the People, which is an accredited tuition-free college. I found that out like through on Facebook because somebody posted it because they're like, he gave a suggestion about, oh, hey, whoever wants to go back to school, that compared it to University of Phoenix. I had a decision I got to make. Do I want to go to University of Phoenix? Do I want to go to a different school? Or do I want to go try out University of the People? So I tried out University of the People. And it's a unique story about those guys too. Is that they came to the Utica, New York area, and they shot my story on YouTube. It got 18,000 views.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, they shot my story. It's on YouTube. It's called like I'm trying to think what it is. It's an something with education, but they shot at NVCC. They shot at the Stanley Theater.
So they were promoting the success of one of their students and showcasing off.
Yes.
Not only just you as a student, but the work that you've done.
Yes.
That's good. That's
correct.
Really good.
That's how I knew the school. And the school, like I did a couple interviews with the schools in terms of like their podcasts and stuff like that. And also, I'm currently in the MBA program too now.
So do you have any formal writing training? Like when I went to college, I took creative writing classes. That wasn't even part of my degree. Do you? Like, what has helped with your writing educational wise? It's all stuff that you just learned from taking regular basic English classes and writing classes.
I learned from taking basic English classes. I took it, I learned it. Like I said, what helped a lot when I went to the school is when I got my bachelor's is that I had teachers that's part of like venture capitalist groups. Like I had Yale professors, I had Harvard professors, I had stuff like that helped me with my writing and everything too. They took the time to help me out.
Right.
That's all. I'm grateful for how I found the school. I found it through social media.
So you could say that you don't need a degree in English to be a writer. Same aspect like with me when I talk to some people I meet on public. You don't need
not at all.
A college degree to be a photographer.
No, you don't.
As long as you take the initiative to learn and use stuff you already know from your past. Yeah. And stuff like that. That's great.
Yeah, more for me is like I don't like people like you need a degree to be. No, you're right. You don't need a degree to be a writer. But for me, I went back to school, and the reason why I did that is because I made a promise to my mother, and I accomplished my promise, my goal of getting the degree. But what I learned from it helped me with my business side of everything too, who to talk to, who to network with. Right. I learned business of like my writing through college.
And the marketing aspect too that you learned.
Oh yeah,
it was great.
Oh yeah, they helped me with the market. That's how I got so good at marketing and all because I got good teachers. I had teachers from like Harvard and Yale, and all they're helping me like Dartmouth too. Like I had different professors with those backgrounds.
One of the takeaways I want people to have from my show is that people like you, people like me, that you just grew up average childhood, and worked for everything that we have, can accomplish our goals. So what kind of advice would you give, not to me, but to the audience, if you want to look at the camera and give them a piece of your advice to help motivate somebody else get past that, I can't do this?
My advice to you is to ask you, what's your business, number one. Number two, I say, hey, join your social media groups because we all got social media. If you don't got social media, you can always go on YouTube.
So use all the tools.
Yeah, you have to.
And get a mentor, too.
Yes, and yes, you get a mentor, get somebody that has done it before and go to them. Like me, I'm getting a lot of people ask me, like, write books and, like, asking, like, they want me to be the mentor.
So that's a professional answer to me. What would you say at a personal level? Hey, I see, I know you're in the community. I want to start a business, but I feel like I can't do it.
No, I did not.
Talk to me like a human, not a business. What would your reply be? What would your advice to be from not the professional side, but the human side of you?
So honestly, I asked them, I said, what business you want to do first?
If I say I can't do it, would you say, oh, yeah, you can?
No, I say, yeah, you can do it. I'm like, what's causing you the reason to think that you can't do it? They say, oh, I can't do it. Is that because of the money? I say, hey, well, get a job. Get a job. When you get a job, you work it. You can get 2 to 3 jobs. You can get a job. And if you don't want to work 2 to 3 jobs, you want to work a job, then I say you save some of the money for your business. You build that way. Then after that, you do your research on that stuff online and everything like that. That's all I say. Just do your research. Build your money, save it up, and you don't gotta build the whole pie. You just gotta piece everything together. Like for example, with myself, I didn't know how to do it. I started with 1 character. Then I got 4 characters. Then I start with the illustrator. It's all about building your pie. That's all it is. That's all I tell people. Just build your pie, take your steps. You don't have to like get everything in one shot. That's where I made my mistake at. I thought I had to get everything one shot, but now you got to piece everything together. That's what I would tell you.
Yeah.
I tell you, I piece everything together. I say, hey, what's holding you back? Because a lot of people tell me money. I'm like, okay, and then what business you want to do? Then it depends what it is. You can sometimes, like, I tell people to start out small. Do an online business first to see if it's for you first. If it's for you first, then you can graduate into another business.
Yeah. My business.
You gotta learn it.
You know, like doing off the record with Lazore Photography was an idea. I kept telling myself I can't do it. And I did it based off the equipment I already have.
Mm-hmm.
I have no film equipment and no production staff, you know, no hosting experience, but I'm doing it and hopefully it grows and I'm learning as I'm going. And with my photography, you know, I'm all over the place. I don't really have a plan. My last interview, I told him my business strategy right now kind of looks like a bowl of spaghetti. Because there's so many things I can do, and there's so many things I love.
You're still learning it.
Yeah.
Like me, I didn't plan to be an author. I didn't plan to build my business like to be an author. Because when I first had my business, I did affiliate marketing. That's my business. Nobody knows you got it out of me. But when I did affiliate business, it turns affiliate businesses, right? When you like sell like products, like you put links on a website or something like that, you buy it like that. That's how I learned my marketing. I failed at that. I failed at that business because like I'm learning business. No, I didn't have nobody taught me business or anything. I had no lineage or nothing like that. Like I said, the author thing, I just walked into it. I didn't know no other authors at the time. I didn't know I couldn't go to another author at the time. I could go do that. Like I'm like one of the only ones here. Got my own publishing business here. Nobody else has that because it's like hasn't been done before, dude. It's like, it's hard. It's all hard, man. But like, it all costs money. It's all hard. It's all networking. It's all about timing too. Like
anything you've done so far? Any regrets?
Any regrets? Yeah. The two regrets I had. The mentor earlier in the stage, but I didn't know who to go to. Now I know all this stuff now. Another one is that like I think like I can hit the home run every single time. You can't hit the home run every time. You gotta build your pie, like instead of like you could just build your business while you're working out. You don't gotta wait for the perfect opportunity. If you want to do a business, do it now and make your mistakes along the way. Which I made my mistakes along the way. That method got me my success because I made the mistakes along the way and I mastered it.
As of right now, you got all these books done. Yeah. You're how far away from graduating college now?
I'm a year.
1 year away. That's quite the journey.
That's from my MBA.
From your learning disabilities when you were younger.
I take my time.
So, are you working a job as well while you do your books and stuff too?
Most definitely, because like I said, it's like a number of income streams is great. Like I said, it's like everybody asks me that question. Can I take them all in 2025? Yes, I can, because I got other like opportunities ahead of me, which I can't say yet. But
all this going on, what do you do for fun?
Besides working out, I like the
you're a busy bee.
I'm always busy, but for me, I like to chill. I like my peace. I like my peace. I like to chill. I love working out. I love watching TV. I love watching videos. I love surfing through reels. I love educating myself, and I love going on. Like I said, I'm traveling a lot next year. I can guarantee you.
I see you get quite a few appearances at Penn's now and again. You like to get out once in a while.
Yeah, I have to because now I got free time now. Is that because I was busy building everything up? Like how you gonna tell me? Like how you gonna tell the audience? Like I'm gonna tell the audience, if you want to do something, you got to build it. Like everything's built now. You're gonna start seeing me a lot more next year everywhere now. Like
when you at Utica Royalties workshop,
told you.
Do you plan on getting involved more with Utica Royalties or youth programs like that?
The Utica Royalties, yeah, most likely, yeah, because they reach out to me because I was an invite. I'm like, I didn't know about it, and she said, can you please come in? I'm like, all right, sure. Show me to like give my opinion. What do I think of it and everything like that. I guess my opinion is valuable because it's a compliment to me because they see the progress that I made in my business and everything. But yes, I have plans to go out to community next year locally. I have plans to go to more networking events locally and like different areas. I'm getting ready to travel next year.
So for the audience that watches, Utica Royalty is a youth program in Utica. They do dance, art. They teach computer class and stuff like that. And So it's a great organization that Jermiko's, started to get involved with. If somebody was curious after watching this, let me check out who this guy is. Do you have a website that somebody goes to? Yeah. Go ahead and, I don't know, if you want to point, like, I could put your website on the screen. So maybe if you want to point like here with your hand or something, or I could put it next to you in the editing process. Yeah. But yeah, go ahead and state your website. If anybody wanted to reach out with you, any schools, where can we reach out to you? Yeah. Where can we find out who you are?
Thank you. My website, I have it as Adventures of Walter. It's right there. www.adventuresofwalter.com. Right there.
We'll try and match it up through the editing.
I know.
Now, does that give your bio on there?
It gives you everything. It gives you my biography. It gives you a glimpse of my author visits. It gives you the race, what I do. It gives you where my series is at. It tells you my partnerships. It tells you my media, everything I've been on, my interviews, my articles. It gives you the contact information. It gives you everything what you're asking.
So I can contact you, or a viewer can contact you through there.
Yep.
And that would be the same for any organization that wanted to reach out to you?
Yeah, it's on there. Okay. Yeah, everything's there. Organization.
Does it go right to your email?
Yep, it goes straight to my email. It goes straight to my phone. Right, I can see it. Boom, right there.
Plan on staying in Utica?
It's a very emotional question, is that because I have thought about everything like that, though. If you're asking me, like, right now, am I planning to leave? As of right now, I'll say no, but I'd be lying to you. But that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm telling you. But I'd be lying to you because everything, how it's coming. This is my honest. I'm gonna give you a straight out, no filter or nothing. This is the it's growing too fast.
Okay.
Meaning that it's not overwhelming me, but it's a good problem to have.
Right.
Because I got partnerships coming in. I'm getting a lot of schools that's down south, West Coast. I'm getting virtual visits. I'm getting in-place visits. I'm getting library systems down south. Like I said, am I going to stay in Utica? Am I going to stay in Mohawk Valley? I don't know.
I'm going to ask you the question I asked all my other guests.
Ah, here we go. Go ahead.
So his story is motivational. He grew up with a learning disability. He's grew up in Cornhill, and he's made Cornhill his home, his love, and he's giving back to the communities, and he's helping out children. So it's quite the story. So how would you sum up your life in a couple words?
How would I sum up my life?
Yeah. How would you sum up your life in a couple words?
Blessed.
We'll wrap up Off the Record with Lazore Photography. I'm your host, Brian Lazore. And we'll send them out with a big clap. Yeah.